percentuale da
Then how what would you?
Siapa ayo salam.
episode 27 of the Studio C podcast sports show.
It's the one and only KB, aka Kid Vicious.
It was great, your boy. Phil. Looking rough. It's all good.
Wow, we got some news.
Yes. How you guys doing?
I'm doing
Okay.
great.
Yeah.
Last night I got to play with one of my one of the people I look up to, one of the streamers I look up to. So
Oh, that's fine.
got to play one game with him because he was doing random duos. So talked to him a bit. He joked about the Steelers a bit. So and Russell the bust Wilson.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I don't know about y'all, but this pollen has been destroying me.
I never feel the effects of pollen.
Yeah, me either. I've never had to deal with pollen. I think my brother did though.
Yeah. See, I got real bad allergies, so it messes me up. My nose, my eyes. I thought I was gonna have to wear sunglasses this show, no lie. Because my eyes get like bloodshot red. And then I don't want people getting the wrong idea. So I was thinking about but yeah, I think it's up now. Pollen be destroying.
Yeah, you never want people to get the wrong idea, guys.
Like, man,
Yeah.
trying to grow the beard, bro. I can't ever get it at at around this spot. That's why I always just shave the sides. I don't know. I'm about to give up.
Mine
Yeah,
is patchy. Mine is super patchy. There's no beard.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to grow mine in. Like
I ain't gonna hold you. Christian looks older with his facial hair.
last time I shaved, like fully shave was October 24th, was for my birthday.
But I will say
Okay,
Christian has a natural baby face, so like
Yeah, I've always wanted a beard, so
yeah,
I'm trying to grow it out. They say you
yeah.
have to grow it out for a full year for it to actually look good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be struggling then. I have no because you didn't have the little facial hair at the beginning, right? Or that's kind of something over the last maybe like month or so, right?
Who, me or KV?
Yeah.
no, bro.
Ooh,
I've always had a bunch of facial hair,
no,
bro.
talk about barbecue. I remember because
Um,
you're like, hey,
Mine normally grows in within a month, so I've had this for about since November.
okay,
It just looks more out there because it's been growing.
yeah,
Yes.
But yeah, this is like what October, November, December, January, February, March. 5 months of growth so far. I'm trying. I want to get the sides like my cheeks in
Mm-hmm.
like
yeah,
this,
yeah,
and my sideburns growing like really fast, and then it's just waiting for this.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to do like I'm trying to do the same thing. Um, it's like it always grows, but it never wants to connect. Whereas the end,
Yeah, I mean, just wait a year. That's what I said, or that's what I've been hearing. All right, let's get into some sports. Let's start off with baseball. Baseball opening day was today. Uh, Pirates are playing right now. My second favorite uh, MLB team, first being the Braves. Braves? Oh, wait, what? Do the Braves play today?
Yeah, they play today.
Oh no, they play tomorrow.
Oh, they play tomorrow. Well, I'm watching it, so
Yeah, they play tomorrow.
I just want to see how our pitching looks this year.
Prediction. What's you guys' predictions for the Braves? You think how you guys think we're gonna do this year?
If
One.
our pitching can get it together, we could make a deep run into the playoffs now. It's just that's the only thing holding us back right now
I was
is
gonna,
pitching.
I was gonna say honestly, we Braves have been on a decline since we lost Freddie.
No.
Bro, we need
We
Freddie. We need Freddie. Freddie's my guy.
Oh.
Yeah, like I said, only thing I know is that we still got Ronald. It's Acuna, right? His last name.
Acuna.
I just know that Acuna. Okay, my bad. That's my guy. I know he's our best player as far as I know. I love it. He wears 13. That was my number. Also, I think he's one of the highest overall rated in the MLB game, so that's really cool. But just brings plays with a swag that I like. That's really the only person I know. Him and Oz. We still have Oz number one. Is that his name? Ozzy?
Ozzy. Come say it in this thing.
Yeah.
Ozzy Albies.
Okay. I'm not gonna say the last name. Ozzy. Yes, Ozzy. Yeah. Those are the only two players I know. But yeah, I hope we do well.
Last season was the MLB.
But yeah, I mean, if the pitching can come together, then the Braves can go take a deep run.
Yeah, I like
What
the
about
Braves.
y'all's pick
Okay.
to win? Yeah. What about y'all's pick for the World Series right now? Real early prediction.
I'm behind the Braves. That's who I pick. I'm sorry.
Bro, imagine Braves Pirates World Series. It's not gonna happen because Pirates are too garbage, but because the manager doesn't put the owners don't put any money into the Braves, so I'm actually honestly surprised we're tied. It's 5-5 against the Marlins. I'm surprised we even got 5 points on the board. Like, it's gonna be another rough season with Pirates though. The Pirates are the Bears, the Chicago Bears of the MLB. Garbage.
Okay, dang, that's pretty. Yeah, I know. I'm not like I said. I'm not too familiar with MLB, but of course I'm rooting for the Braves. But I gotta say, I think the Dodgers they should be favored as far as my very casual knowledge. Because wait, they just got Shohei Ohtani, who is what if not the best, arguably one of the best players in the game, as far as I know. They have Mookie Betts on their team too, right? If I'm not mistaken. And then they got Freddie also. So I mean that's like a pretty legit big three, along with whoever else they may have.
Freddie is old. Let's face it. He's good. He's good, but he's old.
Yeah, I mean, is he? He should be good though as their third best player. I mean, I think he should be. That's a pretty solid
Now,
role.
I would say he's still got some power now. I'm not going to deny him that, but he still got some power behind his swing. But I honestly, when we traded him, I was not heartbroken over him.
Oh my gosh, I was crying for weeks.
I wasn't. I mean, because his career is about done.
I mean, he is
Couldn't you agree?
34, but I feel like he should have just stayed with us, kind of like a Big Ben Steelers type, like had a long career, great career with us, and just stayed. He would have been a legend. I mean, he still is a legend in Atlanta, but he would
I
have been
mean,
even
yeah, he
more.
still is a legend because we did clap him up when he came up here to play with the Dodgers. He did get a standing ovation. So
Yeah, I think the Steelers' problem is they don't know how to let go. So maybe the Braves, right? But I don't know. Of course, it didn't affect me for real because I don't watch the Braves like that. But I knew he was good. But in my opinion, he kind of did his job. He helped deliver us a championship. I mean, after that, I mean, that's why it didn't really bother me.
Actually, people had me drafted before the play. I was the jet.
oh, you're fine, Miss D. But I would say Fred. I mean, Freeman, of course, I didn't want him to leave. I would rather him retire here in Atlanta. But hey, that's what happens. Now, I will say on the video game, he's the hardest person to pitch against because on my career, when I did my careers against him and pitched against him, oh my God, like I think I could get like 2 strikes on him, but no more than that. Because the third pitch I throw, he hits it every time.
I don't know. Should I cop the new MLB game this year? Was it MLB 24?
I mean, I mean, I'm gonna get it because I play it every year, but it's basically the same game each year. So yeah,
Yeah, I'll wait till it goes on discount.
Yeah,
I mean, have you played?
I'm not a huge
I mean,
baseball fan in general. I'll go to
I like.
games, but
Over 11.
I mean, the career it has one of the best career modes because it's more realistic. In MLB The Show, the video game, you start off at the bottom, then the middle, then the top in the pro and on the main roster. So yeah. Unlike other sports games, you don't start off you start on the main roster. On MLB you don't start on the main roster. So
Okay.
barbecue, I like the background.
thank you, thank you. My stream room is a mess. My office, technically. I got water bottles. I need to really clean up this room.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bray or Pirates right now, 5-5 against the Marlins, top of the 11th. My thing is, baseball is too long. It's too long for me to sit down on my couch and watch a full game.
Baseball is the type of game where I'll watch it, I'll sit and watch it, but I'll be on my phone or on my laptop while I watch it to pass the time.
Yeah, I know. I only watch baseball. I watch the first inning. I'll come back for like the fifth or sixth inning, and then I'll watch the ninth. There's no way I'll ever sit through and watch a baseball game. Even some football games for me are too long. Really, sports games in general, just depending on it. So yeah, but definitely baseball.
Yeah, it helps. I guess it helps if you go to a sports bar or something, especially for football. I don't know. I haven't watched much at much baseball at a sports bar, but I mean, if it's on, I'll put it on in the background. But I mainly like to go to games. It's fun if you go to games, like the environment and stuff, but I can't sit down and watch a whole. What is it? Braves started. What time did Braves start at? Like 3-4 hours, like 4-hour game of. Same with golf. I mean, I cannot sit down and watch like 5 hours of the same thing going on over and over again.
I mean, I can watch baseball before I can watch golf.
I can't watch either. Now, I will say, baseball is fun. Wii Baseball from Wii Sports, that's fun.
Yeah,
Even
it
though
really is.
you want to throw the remote every time they catch the ball. Like you think it's a home run, and then they catch it, and it's a you're out. Like, okay.
Yeah. Shout out to the Wii, man. We talked about this before. Bring the Wii back. Great times.
Yeah, I have. We moved. I helped move my mom, like a month or two ago, and she found the Wii, our old Wii. We have like one or two
Really?
controllers, too, but we don't have the wires. Like, and I could get the wires and everything I need for like $30. I'm considering, like, if I can find it in one of the boxes, I'm considering buying it and setting it up.
Yeah, I would
Maybe
definitely do it.
even though I think online services have been offline for a while, and I don't think it even supports internet anymore. But just Wii Sports, I can probably get Wii Sports Resort, which I never had.
I like Wii Sports Resorts. It was fun. I mean, cause like you got to play basketball and a bunch of other games, but I mostly played basketball. So yeah, it felt like the All Star game, the NBA All Star game, the basketball they had on there.
Yeah. Now I know. Hey, I'm not trying to get too far off topic. 'Cause I know it's a sports show, but I love the. Have y'all ever played the sports game? I forgot what it was called, but it was on the Xbox Connect, and it had football, I think volleyball, a bunch of sports, but it was
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
yeah, I used to play that all the time. And with the Connect, you didn't have to have a controller or anything, so it was just straight body movement.
Oh, I
So
think
like
I
you
know what you're
actually
talking about.
Yeah, I remember that.
Connect, that's called Connect Sports. Yeah, I used to be playing it too. So I even know with the football game, you actually had to dip and like actually had to spin and stuff to make your player move. So that was cool.
Yeah, I have this game on VR. It's I can't remember the name, but it's a football game where you get to play as a quarterback, and you have to actually like throw the ball and stuff like that. It's really fun. But all right, let's get into football. Not much happened. I think Steelers signed one person.
I mean, yeah, it's the same thing here. I mean, well, the Packers, we're having a kicker slash punter competition. We've signed a couple of kickers and punters, so I guess light a fire under our young kicker slash punters, light a fire under him because he was not producing like he should have been last year. So we have that, and then of course we're still looking at defensive options as well. But other than that, nothing new so far.
I got two NFL news topics that happened. We had two rule changes in the NFL recently over the past week, maybe two. The first one is the NFL has eliminated hip drop tackles, which if you don't know is basically when you wrap the player up and you drop all your body weight on their leg, and that caused a lot of bad injuries. I know Tony Pollard was one player, Mark Andrews was another player. There's been a few other players that got hurt from that. Their whole thing. Well, I'll get into that at the end, but a lot of people have mixed feelings about it. Some people said that it needs to be eliminated. You know that it hurt a lot of players and stuff. A lot of other people are saying at this point, when are we just going to get rid of the pads and put on flags? Because we're taking the physicality out the game. We're taking, it's not really football anymore. We're making it softer and everything like that. I personally feel about the tackle itself, and I'm an offensive player, and I didn't like getting hit either. But I will say, I don't really see, like, you're kind of eliminating a type of tackling, and a type of tackling that is not too common, but then again, it happens pretty often. I mean, it's a common tackle. It's unfortunate that it can lead to injuries that we've seen, but it's just part of the violent game that's football. I think that the offense already has the upper hand. So the fact that we're now making another rule against the defenders, talking about they're eliminating a whole type of tackle, I definitely think that's a disadvantage towards them. I think it's about to lead to a lot more explosive plays. And me personally, I understand it, but I'm really not the biggest fan of it, but I do understand it. But what's you guys' thoughts on that?
Honestly, I mean, the NFL, as far as tackling goes, yeah, it's a contact sport, but at the same time, I will say this. The NFL is probably doing a lot of rule changes when it comes to that on the basis of injuries, serious injuries. I mean, I forgot the Buffalo's player that got injured. He got injured, so like, I'm not surprised they're putting in more safety protocols now to kind of counteract injuries because they're at this point. I hate to say it, but NFL is trying to cover their ass, so they're doing whatever it takes to bring down the injuries, the serious and major injuries. So they're going to do whatever it takes, even when it affects players in a big way, because they're trying to cover their ass. They're trying to save face, so they're gonna do things, make rule changes to certain things to kind of cover, like I keep saying, kind of cover for themselves, so they won't be under so much scrutiny. Because to be honest with you, the last what year, this last year, yeah, I mean we've seen some pretty good games, but the NFL was under a lot of scrutiny last year. If you really look at it and you look at some of the stuff that happened last year, NFL faced a lot of scrutiny last year. So I'm not surprised with these rule changes at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, if it helps keep players safe, I think do it without. They can do it without. If they can do it without making like it basically flag football, I say do it.
Right. Okay. I agree. All right. So let me think. All right. So the second rule change, and this kind of changes definitely NFL and possibly football, a big part of football. So they're changing the way that we do kickoff now. So for everybody football, kickoff, you got the kicker and the kicking team all the way on one side of the field, and you got the returner blockers all spread it across the field. Kick the ball off when the ball's kicked, everyone move, go make the tackle, whatever. So now I don't know if you guys watched the XFL last season, but the NFL is now doing how the XFL did their kickoff, which was an experiment, where basically how to explain it if you haven't seen it. So you got the kicking team and the blockers all on one side, they're a little bit past half field, lined up, like about to engage. And you got the kicker where he's usually at, and then you got the returner. So now you can't move until the returner actually catches the ball and gets returned. So it's basically almost like another running or like a extra offensive play in special teams. And because of that, you can still onside kick, but you can only onside kick now in the fourth quarter, and you have to tell the opposing team that you're doing an onside kick. Now, this is big news because, like I said, this completely changes the way we've been doing, the way we know football. I mean, to be real, as far as kickoff and kickoff return goes, I think that it's definitely like it's another advantage offense, advantage return team, where now that usually you had the kicking team with full head steam, the returner like, it makes it harder. But now it's all even, it's fair. Turner, like he's right there. It's just offense. I know it was a stat that this past NFL season, it was only 4 kickoff return touchdowns, which was the lowest 1982 or something like that in the NFL. So because of that, NFL they love scoring. Scoring is what sells tickets. Is what gets people watching. It's what we love to see as fans. So I think this is a way to see scoring go up. This is definitely like advantage off. I think this is why the Steelers signed Cordell Patterson, because him being one of the best return men ever. This is going to help. This is going to make the return a very premier position coming up this year. Personally, how I feel about this rule and how I feel about all rules, I'm all about making the game safer. I'm 100% for that, because I'm not like an old man that's like, oh, we're making the game softer, whatever. No, because y'all saying that y'all can barely get up in the morning without aching and stuff. So I'm all about making the game safer without changing what the game is. Because at the end of the day, it's hard to make not safe game safe. I mean, that's just at the end of the day what it is. We've already changed kickoff before. I think this is just gonna be I can get down with it. It's just gonna be very hard to get used to. It's gonna be very different. It's gonna be weird to see with your eyes because we've never seen that before. And it's gonna be interesting to see it that translate to the college level and then to the high school level and then to, little league. So that's just another very interesting rule. How you guys for that?
I'll say this. There's no such thing as fair catch no more. Then, if you have to wait for him to catch the ball, there's no such thing as a fair catch anymore. And this seems like a little league rule. That's what kind of rule this is. How I view this rule as a little league rule. Like, I mean, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying on the safety, but that was the purpose of a fair catch, so they wouldn't hit you. I mean, this rule is sorry to say, this rule is stupid. I don't. This rule doesn't make any sense. What does this rule do? All it does is give the punt returner more time to catch the ball. So
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
this rule
And
change for this was unnecessary. The tackling rule, okay, I can see both sides, but this rule was unnecessary. I'm sorry to say that.
to respond to that real quick, I'm sorry, 'cause I know I've been long winded. I think what it does is, like you said, it's I think very hard to get used to, but kickoff and kickoff return is honestly the most dangerous part of football because you got people running full speed and you got people with no momentum that has to run back and then try to block you. I was on kickoff team in high school and I hated it because it's like you want me to block this guy who has full momentum and it's very dangerous. So it's trying to eliminate that. I understand that it is safer, but it doesn't really make much sense. It's too much of an advantage for the offense for the return team, in my opinion. And now, like you said, what's happening with fair catch? Where are we doing with onside? It's a lot. Like I said, I get it, but this is one rule change where I think I understand we want to be safer, but I think we just need to accept the fact that it is a violent game at the end of the day. It may be another way to make it safer, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's good to try new things. So if it does make it safe, if it's proven to make it safer without making it essentially flag football, uh, then go for it. Like test it out for a year, kind of like what XFL did. Test it out for a year, maybe two. If it works, great. If it doesn't, go back.
Yeah,
Or even let
right.
what they should have done is let the XFL try it out before relating it to the NFL. Which they did.
Yeah, I
They
think
tried it out for a year, but I feel like they should have waited a little longer.
yeah, I agree with that because they did try for a year, but like you said, maybe 2 years at the least, probably more, just so we can get more testing, more to see what it actually does. Does it benefit anything? Because it is such a big rule change. But like you were saying, also, I mean, if it works, great. If it doesn't, then they can easily change it and go back, which they've said that they would do if it doesn't work out right.
Anything for NFL? Anything else?
I don't think so.
Falcons will win 10 games this year and win our division.
Okay.
Alright. You guys have anything?
Let's get into that. Let's get into that. Actually, I want to say this. I'm not gonna go too deep in this, but with Kirk Cousins, I feel like you guys should win the division this year. I feel like there's
Oh
no
yeah.
excuse but to win the division this year with Kirk Cousins.
I'm gonna be real. If we don't win our division, this Kirk Cousins, I mean, it's a failure. It's an absolute failure. Because the whole point in getting him was to win now. So you're telling me we can't win our sorry division? What in the hell was this for? I will say Tampa does not scare me at all. New Orleans, it'll they don't they're a mess, to be honest. They'll probably win one of our games just because it's a big rivalry. But New Orleans doesn't scare me. Carolina is the only team where they're quietly kind of putting some pieces together. And if Bryce Young has somewhat of a second year leap or just shows improvement from last year, they could be a team that could maybe battle with us a little bit when it comes to. But like I said, with Kirk Cousins and with the team that we have, with the whole point is to win now, there we should definitely win our division.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys got anything for NBA?
There's a lot of fighting
Yep.
lately in the NBA. There's been a lot of scrapping going at the refs lately. Not a lot of basketball recently. I mean, Kyrie Irving, oh, he's been going off. He's been going off, slap off, but it's been a lot of fighting in the NBA. Draymond Green just got them. It's the leading person in ejections from games. I mean, it's just a lot of antics going on right now in the NBA. I've mostly been watching the women's March Madness and the guys March. I've really been watching March Madness more than the NBA than anything right now.
I was, at this point in the NBA, it's like 10 more regular season games. We're all just waiting. I think the play-in starts in a week or two, which is start playoffs, in my opinion. So that's where things are going to get real interesting. Like you said, a lot of fighting and stuff going on. I think a lot of teams are frustrated with where they're at. Some teams know their season is done and they're frustrated. Two things though related to the NBA before we get into March Madness. Uh, Atlanta Hawks. We are mid as mid comes, but I really do feel like we're gonna be a scary first round. Not scary. We're going to be annoying, agitating first round team. Where it's like we're not good. We know we're not good, but we're not gonna go down, and we're gonna give one of these top teams a 6, maybe even 7 game series. And then the Houston Rockets have been on a heater. Jalen Green, ever since he's became a dad, he's turned into Tracy McGrady, Michael Jordan, and Kobe all in one. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching him or seeing his highlights, but he's been going to
I
say
watched. I
the
watched.
Houston Rockets have
I
won.
watched. I watched Jalen Green since high school. Even though he got like 3 baby mamas, I will say he's been doing well. But yeah, I've watched him since high school, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's been going crazy. Rockets in general have been going crazy. 10 game win streak. And I want to say they're as crazy as they're pushing in to make playing spot and be a legit playing team. So I don't know about you. The NBA created the whole playing thing. It's one of the best ideas that could have been created. Because the playing is so entertaining and it gives you the opportunity to watch these teams there's some 10 seed teams that are really good and really fun and entertaining to watch. It just have get an opportunity to make it into the playoffs. So they're really that's just gonna be really exciting. But as far as NBA, that's really all I have. But how you been feeling about March Madness?
I think the games this year have been way more competitive than they have been recent years. I feel like, especially women's basketball, I feel like it's more energy. They play with a lot more energy than they do in men's basketball. I feel like men's basketball, they play with some energy, but not as much as the women do.
Yeah, I think we had talked about this, or you responded to one of my notes. I honestly have not watched the men's March Madness at all. Really, I've only been watching women's. It is just much more entertaining to me. Um, I know for me, it's more entertaining because, like you said, they seem to kind of play harder. Not saying that the men don't play hard, but they just seem to play harder. They seem more passionate about it. It means more. I know also for me, I have more women players out there than the male players because most of the men players, after the real good ones that you would know, they leave after 1 year. So you don't really get to know who's on the team unless you just watch it religiously. Where the women players are staying. So I know a Caitlin Clark. I know a Paige Buckers. I know an Angel Reese, a Flage. I know who these people are. And women's basketball for me, they I don't know if you feel the same way, but I feel like the star players in women's basketball shine more than the star players in men's basketball. I feel in college. I feel like because you
Yeah,
have
like
all
that.
over
What's
four
that one
stars,
girl name from LSU?
uh, Angel Reese.
Yeah, yeah.
Are
I
you?
mean, I like watching her play, bro. She's entertaining. Like she be on some Michael
Yeah,
Jordan crap stuff at the free throw line, talking trash and like no look free throws. Like she be going at it.
right, right.
But yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like
I just feel
I will say this: the women, they've just been afforded a good opportunity. Ice Cube is trying to recruit women's college basketball players into the Big Three. So that may be a thing pretty soon. Because the girl that competed with Stephen Curry for the 3-point contest, he's trying to recruit her to play in the Big Three league.
okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that as long as it helps with the exposure for the WNBA. I hope that, and I don't think it is. I hope it's not a thing where he's taking away these women from going into the WNBA. I think what they're doing is great. And if we get a lot of these, if we, like I said, this next year's draft class for the WNBA, we're looking at Caitlin, Angel Reese is going to be. I mean, those are the two big ones right now. Maybe a few others, but now let's start to get these big time women in college basketball and see them translate to WNBA, and that way their game. Because when they get drafted, I'm going to be tuning into the WNBA because I want to watch them. So I hope he's doing it more for exposure for them in the WNBA rather than taking them away from that.
That's all it can help with because I would say this: those players in the big three, they were talking trash like, "Oh, she couldn't score a point." I'm like, dude, all of you are old men trying to relive your glory days. That's all the big three is,
Right.
and players that couldn't make it. I will say this: they use it for exposure, but still go to the WNBA because I watched WNBA basketball. Because I watched the WNBA. Because Big Three's not a year long. It's only like the summertime, I think. So,
Yes, I think so.
but yeah, I watched the WNBA. So, I would like to see them in the WNBA.
That's all I have for basketball. But you have anything else?
I want to hear how my favorite hockey team's doing.
Hockey. All right, let's start off with the best team in the NHL, the Penguins. Friday night, March 22nd. They lost against the Stars 2-4. Sunday, they blew a 4-point lead against the Avalanche in overtime, 4-5. Against the Hurricanes, we won 4-1, and right now we are playing against the Blue Jackets. It is currently 0-0. And we actually play against the Rangers again Monday on April Fool's Day. So the 21st, Rangers won against the Bruins 5-2, one against the Panthers 3-4, one against the Flyers 5-6 in overtime, and they play against the Avalanche today at 9 p.m. That's it.
I know for me, I think with hockey, I'm a become a highlight guy because I've not been able to catch a game yet. One thing I notice about hockey, it comes on like when the season's going on, it's never at good times for me. So like when it first started, it was during NFL season. It's like okay, I'm locked in on NFL. Then we transition to the NBA. Locked in on NBA. Every time I see every time I'm scrolling to find an NBA game, I'm seeing a hockey game. I'm like, ah. All right, sometimes I see the Penguins. I'm like, ah. But the Hawks playing, and then like last week was a problem. We got women's and men's March Madness going on. And it's like 9 o'clock. I'm scrolling to find those games, and I come across a hockey game. It's like, which one would I rather watch? So I think all that, and now we got NBA playoffs about to come in, and so I don't know. I think I'm gonna be a highlight watcher, watch the caps and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been watching Penguins play too often. It's either during a show or I just forget. They either have like games at 3 p.m. on a random Saturday or like 9 p.m. on a Monday. I'm just like, jeez, like
Right.
I mean, you will get 7 o'clock games, 6 o'clock games, 5 o'clock games, but it's always like that's more towards the beginning of the season. We're coming up on playoffs soon, I think. I don't think Penguins are going to make the playoffs this year.
Really?
I mean, obviously it depends upon. It's not over until playoff season starts, but I don't think we will.
It's like all of my teams. I just want a taste of playoffs. Just
Maybe
can't
next
win
year.
for that. Yeah.
Let's see if I can pull up. Actually, let's see. Yeah, Penguins right now have a 1.3% chance to make the playoffs.
So they're not making it. Yeah. 1.3%.
But I guess
Damn, so what this season?
what happened? What did you say?
Yeah, what went wrong this season?
I mean, we traded a really good player earlier. It's just the once great Penguins have fallen. Uh, I mean, it happens, but
Right.
I mean, we only have a few good players on our team, and they can't
Okay.
carry 100% of the time. So we only have we're not last in our division, but we are second to last. So the Rangers
Well, at
already
least
clinched the playoffs, so the Rangers are definitely going.
okay.
But that doesn't really matter to any of us because KV isn't a real fan; he's just a bandwagon. So
I just know how to pick a good team when I see one.
but again, season's not over. We still have one, one, two, three, four, five, 10 games left. But I have a feeling we're probably gonna lose 7 of the 10. Cause tonight I feel like we're gonna win tonight. We go against the Blue Jackets again Saturday. I feel like we can win that. Gonna lose against the Rangers on Monday. I don't really know about the other teams. I haven't gone much in depth with hockey yet. But Red Wings, we actually have a chance at winning against the Red Wings. We lost to them our first game and then won this past game. So yeah, but right now we have only three players that I can think of on our team that are really good, and that's Chris Letang, or four. Chris Letang, Malkin, Sidney Crosby, and Brian Russ. Those four players are really good. Everyone else, so. But again, it's like having a great like two or three great wide receivers, but having a terrible quarterback. It's like you
Okay.
those wide receivers cannot carry the team 100% of the time.
Right.
Or actually, that's a bad example. It's like having 3 great wide receivers and everyone else on the team is terrible.
Okay, so even worse. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not good. Actually, no. You have a good quarterback and like 3 good wide receivers because Crosby is the captain, so technically he would be the quarterback. So yeah, but either way, it's not good. Yeah, I highly doubt we'll make the playoffs this year. Try again next year though. But I think that's it for me for sports. Unless you guys have anything. Alright, we will see you guys back here tomorrow evening for the fun show, which I am actually, we got some good topics tomorrow, so I'm kind of excited.
Yeah.
Phil, you said you're not going to be here at the beginning, right?
It's a possibility. I mean, I should be though. Like I should be. If not, I'll let y'all know. But I should be
Yeah.
there.
Let us know because we do need you for the what's it called? The Versus series, and then we can probably like push back the
Okay.
or just do that later on in the show.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. By 3 o'clock, because I'll be there. I should definitely know. Because if I'm still there, then I'm not gonna make it. So I'll let y'all know by then for sure.
All right, we will see you guys tomorrow.
All right.
Hey, Mr. Carter.